Hello, my dear students. All of you are welcomed here in Atri Education Point by Sonu Atri sir. At the very first today, my dear students, we are going to discuss a lesson of English of 8th class which is taken from the book Honeydew. And the name of the lesson, as you can see on your screen, the name is Best Christmas Eve. Best Christmas present in the world. Present means, it is present means gift. Okay. So the best Christmas present in the world. It means obviously the lesson is related to the Christmas. So what happens in on the Christmas day, whatever is happening in the whole lesson, let's have a look on the date. So before we go through the lesson, let's have a read and let's have a glance on this paragraph. There are some dates or periods of time in the history of the world that are so significant that everyone knows and remembers them. In our life, there are some dates. Obviously, everybody has some dates of history period and which we remember throughout our life. The story you will read mentions one such date and event. Means this lesson, this story, which we are going to read, also has such a date which is memorable and which is remembered for all whole of the life or whole of the time. So, a war between the British and the Germans in 1914. A war between the British and the Germans in 1914. It is about the time of First World War. Can you guess which war it was? So it was the First World War. It was 1914 to 1918. So let's have a look on the story and let's go through it. So I is the writer of the lesson. Okay, I is the writer of the lesson and the name of the writer of the lesson is Michael. Okay, Michael Pespond. So I spotted it. Let's start. I spotted it. Spotted means beta as it is given here, saw or found. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport, a roll top desk. It means it in a junk shop. It means a table, a desk the writer is talking about, and writer found that desk in a junk shop. Junk shop means where waste materials are there to sold, okay, to sell, sorry. So the man said it was early 19th century and oak. It means what the man said it was early 19th century. It means the desk was of early 19th, okay, century. It means it was around 901, 902, like that, okay. 1900, sorry, 1901, 1902, like that. And oak means beta oak is the name of a very large tree, and that tree's wood is very hard. It means very hard or strong wood, that is. So the table is made of that, okay. So I had wanted one. It means the writer wanted a desk like that, but they were far too expensive. It means the new desk of like which is made of oak is very expensive. This one was in a bad condition. It means the desk which the writer is talking about was in a bad condition because it was in a junk shop, so it was in bad condition, obviously. The roll top in several pieces. It means roll top means the top. It means the upper part of the table. Watch roll top in several pieces. It was. It means it was in several pieces. Means it was broken. One leg clumsily mended. One leg clumsily mended. So clumsily mended means in a very bad manner. It was mended. Okay, it was repaired, we can say. Mended. Scorch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. It means there were all over scratches on that table, so it was going for very little money. So the table was not obviously very expensive, as it was very old and rough. So I thought it could restore it. I thought I could restore it. It would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom. at the back of the garage. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. It means as it was very old and it was very clumsily mended, so but the writer thought that I could restore it. It means if I take it my home, I could restore it. He said that it would be a risk for me. Obviously, if the table could not be mended properly, then the money would be wasted and the desk will be of no use. So it was really a risky matter. But he said that I had to have it. I had to take it my home. So he took that. He brought that desk to his home. Okay. So what happened that and he started repairing that desk on which day? On Christmas Eve. So the writer brought an old desk from a junk shop and he bought it and brought it home. It was very clumsy, it was very bad, but he decided that I would try to remove its clumsily parts. I would try to repair it. So I removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. It means and the winner had lifted almost everywhere. Winner means beta we can say ply, such as we apply a ply on the wood. Obviously that ply is called winner. Okay, so he removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. He removed the total dust from all over there and he was opening the drawers. So it looked like water damage to me. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on his desk. On this desk, it means it looked like that it has been affected by fire or water. The last drawer was stuck fast. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. In the end, I used brute force. It means the very last drawer was very hard to open. It was very hardly stuck in it. So he tried what? He tried to open it very easily or gently, but at last he had to use brute force. Brute force means beta with full power. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath a secret drawer. It means as he opened it with full power, so it came outside the drawer. And when he opened the drawer, he found that there is another drawer. It means a small drawer is there in that drawer, and that is a secret drawer. It means very secret drawer is there in that down one drawer, the last one drawer. Okay, so there was something. It means in the secret drawer which was inside the last drawer, there was something in there. It means there was something new. I reached in and took out a small black tin box. It means he opened that secret drawer and he found that there is a what? There is a small box, tin box. Okay, cello taped on the top. It means cello tape was there on the top of it. It was a piece of lined note paper and written on it in shaky handwriting. It means on the envelope there was an envelope in that box and on that it was written what in shaky writing, James. Jim's last letter received January 25, 1915. So this was the letter and date written on it, to be buried with me when the time comes. I knew I knew as I did it that it was wrong of me to open the box. So he found it that it is not good to open the box as somebody's secret is written there. So, but what happened? It was wrong of me to open the box, but curiosity got the better of my scalps. It usually does. It means, but his curiosity allowed him to open the box. He wanted to know what is in it. So inside the box there was an envelope. The address read. It means the address was written on it. What was the address? Miss Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Beach, Bridport, Dorset. It means there was an address of somebody house and it was for Mrs. Jim McPherson who used to live at this address. I took out the letter and unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top. Date December 26, 1914. So it was the date written at the top of it, and it was written in pencil. Okay, so the letter was of the date 26 December 1914. Okay, it was the duration of First World War. Okay, so up to now, what have we got? We have got that there was a what? There was a person, it means writer, who brought a desk from a junk shop, and he did only one thing. He just tried to remove its all parts to repair it, and when he was repairing, he found that there is a small uh, drawer in the last drawer of it. Okay, so he opened that secret that drawer, and another drawer was there. So as you can see, we are talking about this drawer. So there was a secret drawer, so he opened the secret drawer also, but and he found that there was an a tin box in which an envelope was there, and the envelope was for Mrs. Macpherson. So this was the whole up to now. So dear Connie, so the name of the message for Macpherson is Connie. So Connie is the name of that lady whom Mrs. Macpherson. I write to you in a much happier frame of mind because something wonderful has just happened that I must tell you about at once. It means the writer who wrote the letter was in very happy mind as something wonderful happened with him. Okay, we were all standing to in our trenches. It means trenches means such as during the war what happens, the soldiers dig the earth and they stand there themselves. As you, if you have seen the movie Border, in Border it is there. Okay, so like that it is, we can say that it is a dug part under the ground where the soldiers hide themselves. So yesterday morning, Christmas morning, it means it was the Christmas morning. It was as 24 December it was written on, so it was before that. Okay, the date should be 26, so let's, no problem, let's have a, it was crisp and quite all about as beautiful a morning as I have ever seen, as cold and frosty as a Christmas morning should be. It means it was the day of Christmas and everything. It was very beautiful morning. It was cold as it used to be in that time. Okay. So what happened that time? I should like to be able to tell you that we began it. It means what did they begin? They began their duties on that ground. Okay. They were looking for the enemies. But the truth I am ashamed to say is that Fritz began it. Beta, what were they about to do? They were about to celebrate Christmas Eve. So what was the shameful for him? Because that it is the time when there was a war between which countries? Between British and German, that we are talking in this lesson about. Okay, so Fritz, here it is given Fritz. So what is meant by Fritz? My dear friends, Fritz means, as it is given here, Fritz means a name for a German soldier, a common German name. Okay, it means it is a common soldier of German. Any German's common soldier is called Fritz. Okay, so first someone saw a white flag, as the German has a white flag waving from the trenches opposite. It means it was being waved from the trenches. Opposite trenches means as enemies also hide themselves under the ground. Okay, so then they were calling out to us from across no man's land, as they were calling us from the opposite side, as no one was there between them. So the land was totally empty, so they were calling them. Happy Christmas, Tommy. Tommy means the soldiers of British. It means British soldiers are called Tommy, and Fritz are German soldiers. So one Fritz came to wish Happy Christmas to whom? To Tommy. When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back, "Same to you, Fritz." When their enemies are just wishing them what? Happy Christmas, so they were surprised, but they said in answer, "Shame to you, Fritz." Same to you. I thought that would be that. I thought that would be that. That would be that means here that it is unique. It is different. Okay. So that he is saying would be that. We all did, but then suddenly one of them was up there in his great coat and waving a white flag. Don't shoot, lads. It means when they again noticed that another one was coming there in a grey coat and who had a flag in his hand, and he was saying, "Don't shoot." Someone shouted, "Don't shoot." So after that, what happened? And no one did. It means nobody shoot when they were asking for not to shoot. So nobody shoot. Then there was another fridge up on the parapet and another. Keep your heads down. I told the man it's a trick, but it was not. So as they were saying, keep your bullets, keep your guns down, heads down, and they said that it is a trick, but in reality it was not a trick. One of the Germans was waving a bottle above his head. It means there was a German, one of the Germans, German means Germany soldier, was waving a bottle above his head. So what was in that bottle? It is Christmas Day, Tommy. It is Christmas Day, Tommy means British soldiers. So it is Christmas Day. We have Scnaps. Scnaps means it is like a drink which is made from grain. So scraps means a drink made from grain. So we have sausage. We meet you. Sausage is also like snacks. We can say we meet you. Yes. By this time, there were dozens of them walking towards us across no man's land. So it means at this time when the that person was saying don't shoot and it's Christmas, several other were dozens other were also walking after him, and not a rifle between them. It means they do not have any type of gun with them. Little Private Morris was the first up. It means the very first one was Little Private Morris. Come on, boys, what are we waiting for? And then there was no stopping them. It means they were saying, "Come on, boys." Means German soldiers are saying to British soldiers, German soldiers are coming to the land of British soldiers, and they are saying, "Come on, boys, it's Christmas, let's have fun with together." It means they want to say. So what are we waiting for? And then there was no stopping them. I was the officer. It means I means writer. The writer was the officer in army. From British side, I should have stopped them there and then. So he said that I should have stopped. I mean, I should stop those German soldiers to come there, and after that, I supposed. But the truth is that it never ever occurred to me. I should. It means, but the truth was that this type of happening never took place in his career. So he was just surprised or confused. All along their line and ours, I could see men walking slowly towards one another. It means there was a line, borderline, but both of the we can say soldiers, both parties against enemy soldiers are just coming towards each other. Okay, so what happened after that? Gray coats, khaki coats meeting in the middle. It means gray coat was in the dress of German, and khaki coat was in the dress of British, and I was one of them. So the writer was also from the side of British. Okay, he was also in khaki coat. So I was part of this. In the middle of the war, we were making peace. It means as both of the parties were making peace with each other. Okay, so this was the point here. So what happened? You cannot imagine, dearest Kani, my feelings as I looked into the eyes of the fridge officer. So that Britisher writer is saying, who was an officer, he was saying that dearest Kani, you cannot imagine my feelings as I looked into the eyes of the freight officer who approached me. So it means the officer is saying that he was feeling very surprised or very unique when he looked in the eyes of German officer. Okay, who approached him? It means who was coming towards him. Hands outstretched, hands wolf. It means he just bring out his hand from the pocket, and he just move it ahead to handshake, okay, to shake hand. So he told his name, what? Hans Wolf. So Hans Wolf is the name of German soldier, German officer. So he said, gripping my hand warmly and holding it. So he gripped his hand. Whose hand? That British officer's hand, who is the writer here, very tightly. I am from Dusselford. So he told him that Hans Wolf told him, Hans Wolf, German officer, told him that I am from Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf is a place in German. Okay, I play the cello in the orchestra. So cello means a musical instrument like violin. So he play. He said that I play this cello in the orchestra, and he wished. Who wished? Hans Wolf wished that person, that writer, what? Happy Christmas. Okay. I hope up to here it is clear to you. Now let's have a look on the next page. So what is on the next page? So it is here. Christmas. What is the name? Captain. What is the name of the captain? Captain Jim McPherson. So that British who is writing the letter, who is the writer name? His name is Jim McPherson. I am not talking about the lesson writer. I am talking about the writer of that envelope, of that letter. I am talking about the writer of the envelope. So the writer of the envelope was Jim McPherson. Okay, and the writer of the lesson is Michael. Okay, Michael, and something is there also extended in the name, surname also there. So this is the name. Okay, so I replied, and a happy Christmas to you too. I am a school teacher from Dorset in the west of England. It means the captain Jim McPherson is a school teacher from Dorset. Okay, so at this he smiled. He means that German officer smiled. Aha, Dorset, he smiled. I know this place, I know it very well. We shared my rum ration and his excellent sausage. It means both of them shared their rum is, it is like a drink. It is a drink which is taken by armies, okay, in the cold areas. So that is rum. And they shared their rum and sausage with each other. And we talked. Kani, how we talked, he spoke almost perfect English. That officer, German officer, was speaking perfect English, but it turned out that he had never set foot in Dorset. So by his speaking, it was looking like that he never came to Dorset. I mean, he even never came to England. Never ever been to England. He had learned all he knew of England from school. And from reading books in English, his favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy was his favorite writer. Whose favorite writer? German officer's favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite book, Far from the Madding Crowd. Uh, so out there in no man's land, we talked of Bathsheba and Gabriel Gabriel Oak and Sergeant Troy and Dorset. So they talked about these places. The name of the places are given here. So these places they talked about. He had a wife and a son. It means that person who was German officer that had a son and a wife born just 6 months ago. The son born just 6 months ago. As I looked about me, there were huddles of khaki and grey everywhere, all over no man's land, smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, eating. It means all of there, both of the soldier of British and German, were taking food, and they were having enjoy together. Okay, so what happened after that? Hans Wolf and I shared what was left of your wonderful Christmas cake. It means Hans Wolf and I shared. It means he said that Hans Wolf and the writer means that officer, Jim McPherson, both of them shared the cake. Okay. Kani, he thought the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. Marzipan means beta a sweet, covering on a cake made from sugar and egg. Okay, almonds. So and he was my enemy there never was a Christmas party like that. It means obviously they were enemies to each other, but they were enjoying with each other. So it looked like a very unique thing. It looked like that nothing had happened earlier like that. So it was the time when there was a war between Germany and England, and all of the parties, I mean both parties, are enjoying at the time of Christmas Day, and all of them came together. They had beer, drink like that, and sausage also. They enjoyed with each other. Okay, and here the officer, it means Macpherson, British officer, and German officer, who Hans Wolf, both of them are talking with each other. And here we have used some words like Fritz. Fritz is used for German soldiers, and Tommy is used for whom? For British soldiers. Okay, so what happened after that? Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. It means from the German party, somebody brought a football. Great great courts were dumped in piles to make goal spots. It means obviously they put their court to make what? To make goal post. Okay, where they have to goal. And the next thing we knew, it was Tommy against Fritz. It was Tommy against Fritz out in the middle of no man land. Hans Wolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. There was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling in the air between us. It means mingling means it was just getting mixed. It was just coming outside like vapors. Okay, he saw it too and smiled. Jim Macpherson, he said after a while, I think this is how we should resolve this war. A football match. No one dies in a football match. No children are orphaned. No wives became widows. It means now both of the enemies, it means British enemy and Germany enemy, both of the parties are playing football, and both officers are looking them, and they are cheering them. They are tapping their claps. They are clapping their hand. They are stamping their feet in order to get rid of cold. And at this that the officer from German side, the name is Hans Wolf, said that uh, the war should be stopped in this manner. Okay, in this way no children are orphaned. Obviously if soldiers die, then their families became their sons became orphaned, and no wives became widows. Obviously this happens when war is stopped in a peaceful manner, then nobody died there, so their soldiers kid would not become orphaned, and their wife would not become widow. So I would prefer cricket. Who said this? I'd prefer cricket. Who said this? Jim McPherson. I told him. Then we Tommies could be sure of winning probably. We laughed at that, and together we watched the game. Sad to say. It means the McPherson, it means the McPherson officer, the British officer is saying, I would prefer, it means I don't like football, but I liked cricket very much. Or if we were playing cricket, we would definitely win. Okay, now what happened then? Kani Fritz won. So he's telling to Kani Fritz means those German soldiers won 2 goals to 1. But as Hans Wolf generously said, our goal was wider than theirs, so it was not quite fair. It means they were saying that the goal which was done from the side of British soldiers was very wider. Okay, so it was not quite fair. The time came, and all too soon, when the game was finished, the scamps and the rum and the sausage had long since run out, and we knew it was all over. I wished Hans well and told him I hoped he would see his family again soon, that the fighting would end, we could go home. So at this, who said this? At this time when they finished their game, and then they were taking their drinks with each other, they were taking rum and sauces, they were sharing with each other, when then all of them finished, At that time, the writer, it means writer of the letter, means that British officer wished well for Hanswell and said that I hoped you would see your family again very soon. I think that is why every soldier wants. I think that is what. I think that is what. This is the only thing. This is the only thing that every soldier wanted. Wants on both sides. Hans Wolf said, "Take care, Jim McPherson." I said, "Never forget this moment, nor you." He saluted and walked away from me slowly, unwillingly. I felt he turned to wave just once, and then became one of the hundreds of grey coated men drifting back towards their trenches. I am telling in this now they are going to, in their own areas on their in their own lands, and at that time he thought that the officer would definitely wave me, turn to wave me, and before they went their trenches. Okay, so now after finishing that they were going, and the same Hans Wolf wished for Jim McPherson. So what happened after that? That night, back in our dots means in their camps, we can say. We heard them singing a carol and singing it quite beautifully. It was style natch, silent night. Our boys gave them a rousing chorus. Chorus means the music which is played after the song, okay, from in background. Of while shepherds watched, we exchanged carols for a while and then we all fell silent. We had had our time of peace and goodwill, a time I will treasure as long as I live. Okay, so he's telling that it was the very nice time. Dearest Kani, by Christmas time next year, this war will be nothing but a distant and terrible money. I know from all that happened today how much both armies long for peace. We shall be together again soon, I am sure of it. So he's saying that everything will be fine up to the next Christmas and all of us will be very happy. So here are some questions given. Who had written the letter, to whom and when? Who wrote the letter? The British officer. Name of the writer of the letter, the name is Jim McPherson. Who is writing to his wife? His wife name is Cunning. And when is he writing this letter? He is writing this letter at the time of First World War. Why was the letter written? The letter was written to express his feelings. What was the wonderful thing that had happened? The wonderful thing was that both Germans and British soldiers uh, just had fun together on the Christmas Eve. What jobs did Hans Wolf and Jim McPherson have when they were not soldiers? So Hans Wolf was what? Was a cello player, and Jim McPherson was a school teacher. Had Hans Wolf ever been to Dorset? Why did he say he knew it? Hans Wolf had never been to Dorset. He was saying because he had heard about it in the schooling days. Do you think Jim McPherson came back from the war? How do you know this? I think we think that, as from the lesson, we think that Jim McPherson did not come back from the war. He would have been died in the war, as his wife is living alone. We can get the idea from the next. I folded the letter again and slipped it carefully back into its envelope. Now, the scene finished of those soldiers. Now, the writer, the real writer, who is the writer of the lesson, we are talking about him. So, the writer folded the letter after reading carefully, put it into the envelope. I kept awake all night. It means the writer could not sleep the whole night after reading the letter. So he did what? He did only one thing. By morning, I knew what I had to do. I drove into Bridport, just a few miles away. I asked a boy walking his dog where Copper Beach was. It means the writer was asking a boy who was walking in the morning with his dog that where is that beach. It means Cooper Beach. So house number 12 turned out to be nothing but a burned out shell. It means the house number 12. It means in which she was living. The address of Jim McPherson and his wife was the house was completely burnt out. The roof gaping. The roof was in gaping. It means there was a gap in between the roof. The windows boarded up. Boarded up means it is given covered with wooden boards. Okay. I knocked at the house next door and asked. It means the writer knocked at the next door, that means door of the next house, which was next to that house. If anyone knew the whereabouts of a miss who Mrs. Macpherson, oh yes, said the old man in his slippers. He knew her very well. A lovely old lady, he told me, a bit muddle headed, but at her age she was entitled to be, wasn't she? 101-year-old. She had been in the house when it caught fire. No one really knew how the fire had started, but it could well have been candles. She used candles rather than electricity. Means the old lady, Mrs. Macpherson's house was burnt in fire, and they thought that the old lady did not use electricity. It could be the reason of what, candles, because she always thought electricity was too expensive. The fireman had got her out just in time. She was in a nursing home now. He told me Burlington House on Dorchester Road on the other side of the town. So, why did the author go to Bridport? The author went to Bridport to hand over the letter to that lady. How old was Mrs. Macpherson now? The Mrs. Macpherson is now 101 years old. As you can see, it is written there. She was, how much old is she? She was 101-year old. Okay. So where was she? She was in Burlington House now. Okay. So I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. There were paper chains up in the hallway, and I lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with a lopsided angel on the top. I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. It means as it was which day? It was a Christmas day, Christmas present day, so Christmas Eve. So everyone was just wearing a hat and they were singing for the Christmas. So the matron had a hat on too. So what did he say? And seemed happy enough to see me. She even offered me a mince pie. She walked me along the corridor. It means the matron came with him along the corridor. Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the others. She told me she would rather confused today, so we thought it best if she had a good rest. She has no family, no one visits, so I'm sure she'll be only too pleased to see you. She took me into a conservatory with wicker chair and potted plants all around and left me. It means now the lady, the matron lady, said to that woman that Mrs. Macpherson is alone here, and if we would enjoy, she would not feel good with us, so it is best for her to leave her alone. Okay, so what happened next? The old lady was sitting in a wheelchair. So that old lady was sitting in a wheelchair, which Miss Macpherson, as you can see in the photograph, she is very old. Obviously she is of 101 years old. Okay, so the lady was sitting in a wheelchair, her hands folded in her lap means beta, in, we can say, underarms. Okay, she had silver white hair pinned into a wispy bun. Okay, she was gazing out at the garden. Hello, I said. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. Happy Christmas, Connie. I went on. I found this. I think it's yours. So at that time, the writer greeted with that old lady and greeted her. What greeted her? Happy Christmas, and handed over that envelope to her. As I was speaking, her eyes never left my face. I opened the tin box and gave it to her. That was the moment her eyes lit up with recognition, and her face became suffused with a sudden glow of happiness. I explained about the desk, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. It means when the writer handed that envelope to the lady's eyes were opening at that time very big, and she was looking at his face. Whose face? Writer's face, very gently. Okay. And the writer told him that I found it in a desk, and like that. But the lady was not listening to him. She was just looking at his face. She said nothing but stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. Suddenly, she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. You told me you had come home by Christmas. Dearest, she said, and here you are, the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim dear, sit down. So the old lady hold the hand of that person who is old of the hand of the writer, and he actually the lady was taking the writer as his husband Jim. Okay, I sat down beside her. The writer sat down. It means with that woman, and she kissed my cheek. That woman kissed his cheek. I read your letter so often, Jim. Every day I wanted to hear your voice in my head. I always made me. It always made me feel you were with me, and now you are back. You can read it to me yourself. Would you do that for me, Jim dear? I just want to hear a voice again. I would love that so much. And then perhaps we will have some tea. I have made you a nice Christmas cake and marzipan all around. I know how much you love marzipan. So marzipan, as I told you, it is a cake, we can say, which is made of egg. So now the old lady has taken that whom Michael Morpurgo as Jim McPherson as his husband, and she wanted her to read the letter for him, and she just requested for the same. So here it is the complete lesson here. So who did Connie McPherson think her visitor was? So the McPherson, Connie McPherson thought the visitor as her husband. Which sentence in the text shows that visitor did not try to hide his identity. The because he himself told the whole story as he found it in the desk and like that. Okay. So now my dear students, I am telling the story in Hindi. एक्चुअली ये 1914 के समय की बात है, और 1914 के साल में क्या हुआ था, उस समय पर युद्ध हुआ था, पहला वर्ल्ड वॉर हुआ था, जिसमें जर्मनी ने भी भाग लिया था और ब्रिटेन ने भी भाग लिया था। तो उस समय पर ब्रिटेन और जर्मनी की दोनों की सेना कहाँ पर थी? बॉर्डर पर थी, एक दूसरे के अपोजिट थी। अब उसी समय क्या हुआ कि उसके बाद की बात है, तो उसके बाद क्या होता है कि जो राइटर है उसको एक डेस्क की ज़रूरत थी, इसलिए वो एक कहाँ गया? एक कबाड़े वाली दुकान पर गया, आप ये कह सकते हैं। तो वहाँ पर उन्होंने ये डेस्क को देखा, और डेस्क बहुत टूटी फूटी सी ख़राब सी हालत में थी। राइटर के पास बहुत पैसे नहीं थे कि वो नई वाली डेस्क खरीद ले, इसलिए उसने उसी डेस्क को खरीदना ज़्यादा बेहतर समझा। तो उसने घर आकर उस डेस्क की जो है रिपेयर किया उसको अच्छी तरीके से। लेकिन उसको रिपेयर करने के बाद भी जो है ना, उसको बहुत डाउट चल रहा था कि ये अगर ख़राब हो गई तो मेरे पैसे जो दिए हैं थोड़े बहुत वो भी ख़राब हो जाएंगे। तो जैसे ही वो सारी ड्रॉयर खोल रहा था तो उसको लास्ट वाली ड्रॉयर में एक एनवलप मिला, और सीक्रेट एक ड्रॉयर के अंदर एक और ड्रॉयर था, जिसमें क्या था, ड्रॉयर में एक और एनवलप, एक ड्रॉयर में एनवलप रखा हुआ था। उसने वो एनवलप लिया, खोला, उस पर बाहर लिखा हुआ था कि एक सीक्रेट लेटर है मेरी वाइफ के लिए, तो ये मेरी वाइफ को दिया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन क्या है कि अब उसको खोलना तो गलत था किसी का सीक्रेट लेटर, लेकिन जो राइटर है उसको ये बात की क्यूरोसिटी, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा उत्सुकता जो थी उसके अंदर, वो उसे नहीं रोक पाई, या जानने की इच्छा जो है उसे क्यूरोसिटी नहीं रोक पाई। तो उसने उसको खोल दिया, उसने उसमें पढ़ा, तो उसमें लिखा हुआ था कि भाई ब्रिटिश जो जिसने वो लेटर लिखा वो था ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर, इसका नाम क्या था? जिम मैकफर्सन। तो जिम मैकफर्सन ने अपनी वाइफ को लेटर लिखा, उसकी वाइफ का नाम था कनी। ओके, सो जिम मैकफर्सन ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर था। तो उसने एक इंसिडेंट के बारे में बताया जो क्रिसमस डे वाले दिन की बात थी। तो क्रिसमस डे पे क्या हुआ कि जिम मैकफर्सन जो है बॉर्डर पर थे, उधर से जर्मन थे। तो जिम मैकफर्सन मतलब ब्रिटिशर, जो ब्रिटिशर्स हैं उनको यहाँ पर ब्रिटिश सोल्जर्स को टॉमी कहा गया है, और यहाँ पर जर्मन सोल्जर्स को फ्रिट्ज कहा गया है, फ्रिट्ज। तो क्या हुआ कि क्रिसमस ईव पर फ्रिट्ज जो हैं वो उनके साथ क्या करना चाहते थे? क्रिसमस ईव मनाना चाहते थे। लेकिन ब्रिटिशर्स को डाउट था कि कहीं इनकी चाल ना हो, इसलिए वो बड़े सतर्क हो रहे थे। लेकिन जब उन्होंने देखा कि जो जर्मनी है वो बिना किसी गन के, बिना किसी राइफल के उनकी तरफ आ रहे हैं, तो वो भी बाहर निकल कर आए और दोनों पार्टीज़ ने, दोनों एनिमीज़ ने आपस में क्रिसमस ईव को मनाया। सभी ने आपस में अपने साथ स्वीट्स बाँची, रम बाँटा आपस में, सभी ने आपस में जो है ना मिठाइयाँ बाँटी, गाने गाए सभी ने एक साथ। तो उसमें क्या हुआ, जो जिम मैकफर्सन है उसने बताया कि मैं एक स्कूल टीचर हूँ डॉर्सन में, जो ब्रिटिश में एक जगह है, ब्रिटेन में एक जगह है। और वैसे ही जो दूसरा था जिसका नाम था हैंस वॉल्फ, तो हैंस वॉल्फ ने बताया कि मैं एक जो है सैलो प्लेयर हूँ। सैलो एक वॉलिन की तरह होता है, तो वो एक सैलो प्लेयर है। तो उन दोनों ने आपस में दूसरे के साथ रम लिया, काफ़ी देर तक बातचीत की। उसके बाद दोनों टीमों के बीच, दोनों पार्टीज़ के बीच क्या हुआ, फुटबॉल का गेम हुआ। तो फुटबॉल के गेम जब हो रहा था, तो दोनों जो ऑफिसर्स थे, जिम मैकफर्सन जो ब्रिटिश का ऑफिसर था ब्रिटेन की तरफ से, और दूसरा कौन था, दूसरा ऑफिसर था कौन, हॉन्स वॉल्फ। तो हॉन्स वॉल्फ दोनों उन्हें देख रहे थे और एक दूसरे के साथ बातें कर रहे थे। तो बातें करते करते हॉन्स वॉल्फ ने बताया कि उनकी एक वाइफ है, उनका एक बेटा है 6 महीने का। तो ऐसा उन्होंने बताया और उन दोनों ने आपस में जो है अपनी अपनी टीम को चीयर किया। इसके बाद जो मैकफर्सन है उसने कहा कि मुझे क्रिकेट ज़्यादा पसंद है, अगर क्रिकेट खेल रहे होते तो हमारी टीम ज़रूर जिता देता मैं अपनी टीम को। इस पे दोनों हंसते हैं। तो जैसे ही उनकी जो है बियर वगैरह सब कुछ खेलने के बाद वो पी लेते हैं, ख़त्म हो जाता है, तो उसके बाद दोनों अपने एक दूसरे की तरफ मतलब आप एक दूसरे को अच्छी विश करते हैं, भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि ये युद्ध जल्दी ख़त्म हो जाए। और हर एक कोई यही चाहता है, शांति चाहता है। तो वो अब अपने अपने ट्रेचर्स की तरफ चल दिए, अपने अपने जहाँ पर उनके ठिकाने थे वहाँ चल दिए, और युद्ध के लिए जहाँ पर पोजीशन लेनी थी वहाँ जाकर पहुँच जाते हैं। तो ये था उनका आपस का, और वो भी चाहता था कि दोबारा हम सब अपनी अपनी फैमिली से मिलें, और अगर शांति रहेगी तो कोई भी नहीं मरेगा। तो ऐसा ये मतलब पढ़ने के बाद राइटर को पूरी रात नींद नहीं आई। तो अगली सुबह उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने सोचा कि मैं ये लेटर को उसकी जो वाइफ है, कनी है, उस तक पहुंचा दूं। जब वो उनके कनी के घर पहुंचा तो उन्होंने पाया कि घर तो जला हुआ है पूरी तरह से, वहाँ कोई नहीं है। तो उन्होंने अगले घर में पूछा, तो वहाँ से उन्होंने बताया गया कि भाई ये घर जो है जल गया है, और ये औरत इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज नहीं करती थी, तो हो सकता है कैंडल से ये घर जल गया हो। अभी इस औरत को यहाँ से ले जाया गया है, और ये औरत फ़िलहाल जो है एक दूसरी जगह रहती है। और जिस जगह का क्या नाम है, जगह का नाम भी मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ, आप खुद से देख सकते हैं, पढ़ सकते हैं। तो जगह का नाम है बर्लिंगटन। क्या है, बर्लिंगटन में रहती है। तो राइटर जो है बर्लिंगटन पहुंचा, उस एनवलप को लेडी को दिया। अब लेडी जो है 101 साल की है, और लेडी बहुत ज़्यादा वीक है, कमज़ोर है। तो उसने उसको एनवलप दिया, तो लेडी ने उस एनवलप को पकड़ा, लेकिन लेडी ने उस राइटर को क्या समझ लिया, राइटर को अपना हस्बैंड समझ लिया, उसको जिम समझ रही थी वो। और उसने उसको बिठा लिया और उससे कहा कि मेरे लिए लेटर पढ़ दो। तो राइटर ने उसके लिए लेटर पढ़ा, और पढ़ने के बाद राइटर जो है वहाँ से चला गया। ओके, सो ये थी कंप्लीट स्टोरी। आई होप आप सभी को समझ आया होगा। अगर किसी भी बच्चे को कोई भी डाउट कैसा भी होता है, तो आप सभी से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप पर उसका मीनिंग पूछ सकते हैं। सभी के पास मेरा कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर है, मैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में भी हूँ, यू कैन टेक्स्ट मी इंडिविजुअली। और सभी दोस्तों से मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है, गुजारिश है कि मेरे चैनल को प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर दें, प्लीज़। और जितना हो सके अपने दोस्तों में से शेयर करें। आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन to please share my channel and subscribe it also, please. Thank you so much for watching this.